our core revenues from the core segments have been pretty stable. And then there was, in addition, we saw a recovery on the fair value result. That has been a big loss in Q1, and now we have seen the recovery. So that's good. And we assume that we will see a little bit less volatility in the future quarters.
You're also saying that you're stepping up your cost target. What measures do you have in mind, and is that just the beginning?
We said that we would increase our cost initiatives, and we, however, as you know, we can't reveal any details this quarter, given that we first want to have our new CEO appointed before we reveal any new plans. But I can assure you we are working on cost reduction, and we will continue that also in the coming months.
When you're saying that, yeah, of course, everybody waits for a new CEO, what's the timeline for that? What are you expecting?
I'm unfortunately not in the position to comment on that, because it's the job of the supervisory board and the newly elected chairman to do and to organize this process.
Let's look at the recovery. Jamie Dimon was saying we don't know what's going to happen because this is not a normal recession. So what are your expectations for the second half of this year? Will it actually just has to get worse before it gets better when it comes to, for example, especially loan losses?
Well, it's a good question. If I have a crystal ball, I could answer that. But what are our assumptions? Our assumptions are that we assume that there will be a U-shaped scenario, meaning that we will see a recovery now also coming already in the third quarter, always dependent also now on how the numbers are developing with respect to the pandemic. But in the moment, we assume a U-shape. And therefore, we also assume that you will see positive numbers for 2021. But we also assume clearly that there will be some cases with respect to loan loss provisions coming in for the third and the fourth quarter. This is why we also booked already a forward-looking top-level adjustment to account for that.
Is that also why you're expecting now a net loss for the full year, or has that to do only with Wirecard?
Well, I mean, if you look on our guidance, we already said last quarter that it will be given revenue situation, loan loss provisions due to Corona crisis, that it will be very aspirational to get a positive net income. Now we have this single case coming into play, and we also clearly said that we want to book further restructuring charges in Q3 or Q4 to really make progress on our cost reduction, and therefore the outlook is negative for the net income.
Let's talk about Wirecard for a moment. Have you already written down all your engagement to the company?
You will understand that I can't comment on single client names.
Okay, let's talk about the future and also about the possibility to enact bolder changes, because clearly that's needed given if we look at your strategy. How difficult is that given that you have such a strong Labour Council?
I mean, we are always in very constructive discussions with our colleagues from the Works Council, from the union, and we will continue definitely that. We are planning to start a voluntary program this year. We just concluded, or we are about to conclude, an age retirement program which we offered to staff, and yeah, it's a very constructive dialogue, and I'm pretty convinced that we will continue that.
Again, about the potential revenue development, because the last quarter, like with almost every bank, was driven mainly by securities trading. Your commission income was also up and a main driver of that. So what do you think will the next quarter, the third quarter, look like, and how did you start that third quarter?
Well, we had a very good start of the quarter. I mean, the thing is that on the securities trading income, we believe that this will continue on the one side. Secondly, also the security volumes went up, meaning that for the private client side, it also means a positive impact on our fees. So on the net commission income, we are convinced that we will see an increase year over year for this year.